Hello Aquarius, welcome to Distilled Tarot. My name's Shannon. I'll be guiding you through today's reading. This is going to be for the new moon on October 16th, taking us through the next full moon on October 31st. Today we're going to be doing a general reading. We'll take a look at your current set of circumstances, your near future, get you some advice, and then look at the most likely outcome of the situation. We'll be pulling clarifiers for each card, and then we'll close out your reading with some oracle cards. All right, let's dig in. What is going on with Aquarius? What does Aquarius need to hear? We have the Hanged Man in reverse. Analysis paralysis. This is being stuck in a period of review at the expense of moving forward. What is the challenge that Aquarius is facing in coming out of this phase of evaluation? We have Temperance. Oh, two cards came out. Empress and the Ace of Wands in reverse. So it's getting clarity on where your passions lie. Where's your spark in this situation? You're wanting to integrate messages from spirit. You're wanting to integrate what your higher self wants of the situation, but you can't quite get a grasp on, like, okay, but what's my motivation? You know how, like, imagine that you're an actor in your own life and you've got the script and you're like, I'm meant to do that, but okay, but what's my motivation? Like, what is propelling me to do this? You're waiting to move forward because you don't have a handle on what your motivation is meant to be here. Your focus is on, two cards again. Death in reverse, 10 of presents, 10 of Pentacles in reverse. You're focusing on accepting all of the changes that are going on in your life. There's total upheaval. Everything's in disarray, but you are swimming in the waters. You're accepting all of it. You're in the flow. Your world is being turned upside down. But you're looking at, okay, how do I transform through all of this? You're sensing that there is the 10 of Pentacles here in your transformation, that this is like not only a rebirth to start from scratch, but it's like closing the chapter on the old story, and then when you start the new story, you're at the top of the mountain already. It's like your starting point is going to be at greatness. It's like your potential is going to be awaiting you as soon as you can lay down the old story and pick up the new one. And so far it just looks like you are what's holding you back with the what's my motivation? it feels very important to you. It feels like you want to be doing this for a reason, not just because it's the script. In your recent past, we have the Moon and the Emperor in reverse. This is delving into the depths of the unknown and releasing control. It's walking away from a situation where you had the ultimate say over things, you had full control over things, and turning out all the lights so that you can't see anything, and saying, okay, I'm going to learn how to navigate the world in the dark. Like, as a positive thing, as a, like, I want to get to the dark, representing, like, the unknown, the vastness that exists outside of your experience. It's like you want to relinquish your hold on needing to have control over your material world, because the Moon is a very spiritual card. It's very much like connecting with the unknown, connecting with the vastness that exists outside of what you can perceive. The environment energy is the Six of Cups in reverse. This is maybe being a little bit too nostalgic. Don't worry if you're feeling that way. It's not necessarily you. It feels like the environment is causing this or supporting that sort of energy of reflecting back on the past, reflecting on positive things, joyful things of the past. In your near future, we have, don't fall, the Six of Wands. Victory, success, celebration, recognition. Whatever it is that you're attempting to achieve here, success is forthcoming in short order. It's right around the corner for you. And yet you're hung up at the beginning of the story. It's almost like you know that success is right here. You're focusing on it. You see it. Like, it's hidden from you, but you still know it's there. It's like you don't even need to see it. You sense it. You're like, okay, I'm transforming. Yes, universe, transform me. I know that success is right here. So you're maybe dilly-dallying a little bit in the scrutinizing the situation, because it could be because you recognize the potential here. You recognize that this is a big deal, that you want to get your motivation straight, that you're not just stumbling ahead blindly, but you want to take a perspective of, if I could look at my life from the perspective of my immortal soul, what should I do in this moment, in this phase of my mortal existence? You know, like really taking a big picture perspective beyond what is tangible, beyond what can be known. But it's in your challenge position, so it's not only, that's saying that it's not only holding you back, but it's holding you back for a purpose, because you need to find your motivation. But just around the corner is this victory and recognition and success. Okay. Next up, we're going to take a look at some advice, get you some advice. We have the World in reverse. Don't be afraid to let go. Don't be afraid to release what is wanting to fall away from your life. Embrace the endings. We have death in reverse and the world in reverse. So this is like major ending, major transformations. Not to be too like high-minded about it, but I feel like, yeah. I'm reacting to the card before you guys saw it. I feel like this is such a big story that it's not, I mean, we Aquarians, we get outside of ourselves quite easily, right? And this is no exception. In your surprise energy, what you don't see coming is the Wheel of Fortune. So we have two tens, the Ten of Pentacles, represented as the Ten of Presents in this deck, and the 10 in the Major Arcana, the Wheel of Fortune. These are two very fortunate cards. Not only does it say that the timing is going to be right, but it's saying that good things are coming in because the timing is right. Because you've closed out this chapter, because you're moving on, because you've accepted the ending and you are embarking on this new journey, you are playing yourself, you're playing the role of yourself in this new script. And it has major good fortune for you, beyond what you're expecting. All the good that you've done in your life is about to come back and be repaid to you. Sorry, they're correcting me. It's all the good that you've done, period. Maybe not just in this lifetime. They're like, remember, this is big picture perspective. This isn't just one little mortal life. In your hopes and fears, we have the Ace of Pentacles. You're really wanting this to be the new opportunity that you hope it is. I mean, it's looking like it is going to be, so don't dwell on that too much. And your eventual outcome is the Ace of Swords. Any lack of clarity that exists now is going to be cleared up. You're going to have the capital T truth. You're going to have a deeper, more profound understanding of your truth. We've got 3 aces on the board. Major new beginnings. 2 sixes. That's balance. That's reciprocity. And then ending, and a little bit of feeling stuck. I feel like nothing but positivity here. It's definitely a big story. Let's get some clarifiers. Some clarifying clarifiers for you guys. Okay. Clarifying the Hanged Man in reverse, we have the Fool in reverse. Part of your desire to really get your story straight, like you're studying the script, I think, before you read it, before you play the role of yourself in this new story, you are studying the script because you don't want to rush headlong into this. You don't want to read your lines wrong. I know that I'm overdoing this metaphor, but that's how it's coming to me. So hopefully it resonates with you. The mistakes that you've made in the past that you view as things that you've learned from, that you want to do better in the future, are coming to bear on your scrutiny of getting the plan right. Let's take a look at the blockage or the challenge that you're facing. We have the Lovers. Clarifying, okay, there were two cards, Ace of Candles in reverse, which is the Ace of Wands, and Temperance. We have the Lovers in reverse. There are things that you were very convinced of in the past where you let your passion lead you and it ended up not being what you thought it was going to be. The end result was not a happy ending. And that was meant to be part of your experience, but it's not. It's so that you are more honed in on what your passion is, more likely to let your spark be your guide. Okay, moving on to your focus with this Death in reverse and the Ten of Presents in reverse, Ten of Pentacles. We have the Ten of Cups. Love it. Yeah, you sense that there is so much to be gained from this situation. You're welcoming this death, quote unquote, the things that are falling out of your life, the major changes that are happening, with open arms. You are so embracing of this situation. You're like, are my finances turned upside down? Great. It's still the Ten of Pentacles here. It's still like, when the Ten of Pentacles energy enters my periphery, it's tumbling all around. It's not right side up. It's in a state of disarray. But you're still seeing it for what it is. It's still the Ten of Pentacles. You know that this is something that's now flying into your world that you can grasp and make your own. You are not afraid of the chaos. You're not afraid of the changes. You're embracing it. Clarifying the Moon and the Emperor in your recent past. We have Temperance in reverse. So we had Temperance as the block of your overall situation. Yeah, what propelled you away from the having control over your physical existence and into the unknown was the recognition that there was more out there. There was some sort of intuitive hit or spiritual revelation that you received, and that's what's caused you to do such a deep dive here. This is a super spiritual reading. This is very, like I said, just think big picture perspective and then multiply that by infinity, literally. Okay, let's clarify this is such a tiny deck, it's hard to manage sometimes. Let's clarify your Six of Cups energy in the environment around you. We have the Strength card. What wisdom can you gain? What weak parts of yourself can be made stronger by the reverie, by the reflection on it wasn't all bad in the past. All these things that, you're in a lot of change right now. You're in a period of change and upheaval. And the looking back on the way things used to be, looking back on, oh, things were good then. I liked that. That energy is here because there are things to learn from it that can empower you moving forward. It's like, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. With all this change that's occurring, these things aren't coming to mind just for the sake of you having a happy memory. It's so that you can learn from them and maybe selectively choose what things come with you into this new story. What ways have you... Okay, this is reflecting on how far you've come. This is reflecting on who you used to be versus who you are becoming now, and taking the opportunity to reflect on how far you've come. When you live with yourself day to day to day to day, the changes that occur, you more so recognize the changes that are occurring outside of you, but this is saying there are changes that have occurred inside of you as well. So let's take stock of those and not just take them for granted, because there's value in understanding the ways in which you've grown throughout this. Clarifying the Six of Wands, we have the Six of Wands. When Spirit does this, it's just their way of telling us that I had the interpretation right at the beginning. It doesn't need to be clarified. Victory, success, recognition. What it is you want to achieve here, you're going to achieve, and there will be recognition by humans on planet Earth, but also recognition in the spiritual realm. Your spirit team's going to be celebrating you. I'm also getting an intuitive hit that there are not just beyond your spirit guides, but also passed on loved ones are looking at you now and going to be very proud of. Going to be very proud of your achievements through this. Okay. In your advice with the world in reverse, with the world in reverse, what advice do we have for my Aquarians? Okay. Why is the world in reverse here? Three of Cups. The advice is to be happy in the moment. I have a feeling like you're already focusing on that. I mean, Ten of Cups is part of your focus. But this is saying don't just focus on what's going to make you happy long term and dedicate your minute by minute decisions based on those long term happiness objectives. But this is saying be happy in the moment. Celebrate now. Be happy with what is in your existence right this very moment. The world may be upside down, everything may be ending, but this is a time to celebrate. This is a time to connect with friends and appreciate all the little things that are around you to be happy about. Next up, we will clarify the Wheel of Fortune in your surprise position. You don't see this coming. Some sort of unleashing of karma. We have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Excuse me, this is telling me that there are people who haven't done their share. When you have been involved with others that you're focused on giving your best. You're focused on giving your all. And you've been disappointed in the past with other people not contributing to the team the way that you have been. And that has not gone unnoticed. All of that good karma that you've been storing up by, okay, maybe everyone didn't give their all, and maybe the plan failed because of other people letting you down. If you gave your all and you did your best, you're going to reap the rewards of it, and you're not going to even see it coming. This is like, energetically, not specifically coming from that person per se, but from karma, from the universe. Nothing goes unnoticed. In your hopes and fears, clarifying the Ace of Presents, we have the Queen of Presents, or Pentacles in this deck. You really want to be practical. You really want not only practical, you want material abundance. Let's just call a spade a spade. There's nothing wrong with wanting it, but don't be afraid of it. Fear will limit that energy from coming into you. So when you see an opportunity, don't be afraid of the responsibility that it represents. When you see an opportunity, don't be concerned that it could become your only opportunity if you embrace it by becoming the Queen of Pentacles. This is only your fear. This isn't reality. The opportunity is what it is, separate and apart from what you hope it is. I don't think I need to really drill that home for you because, you're so already accepting of everything that's happening. You're in a spirit of acceptance. I don't feel like you're trying to exert your will too much on this. In fact, you're holding back from exerting your will on anything until you get your handle on your spark. What is my motivation? Clarifying the Ace of Swords, or Ace of Needles, is the World in reverse. That's your advice. The World in reverse was your advice card. And now it's also showing up clarifying your eventual outcome. It's saying this truth is born out of a very large-scale ending. And it's not a simple truth, it's a grand truth. It's something you've been reaching for a long time. This feels great. I love the energy of this reading. We are going to now pull some oracle cards to close you out. We'll first pull from the Affirmators deck and get you an affirmation. What affirmation can we give to Aquarians for the second half of October? We have confidence. In this moment, I take a step back and look at myself with the pride of a good mother. I see an abundance of abilities and talents that show up all the time in big and little ways. If I could stick myself on a refrigerator, I would. I would invite all the neighbors over and say, look at that. Can you believe what an A+ that is? So self-confidence is going to be a great asset as you go through this. Try not to stay so open that you don't exert your own will on the situation. This is saying your confidence in your own ability to make choices and move forward and affect the... It's like, okay, you may be getting a script to play out, but you're the one who chooses how you play the role. Have you ever heard actors talk about like their behind the scenes process? And a lot of actors will ad-lib their lines. I mean, that's free will. That's like, I get to choose how I play this part. I get to choose if I'm sassy. I get to choose if I'm demure. I get to choose what character I'm playing in this life, in this story. I get to choose who I am. And I feel compelled to say that because of this blockage, this challenge that you're facing, the Ace of Wands in reverse. Like, don't get too esoteric about it. It can be something that you want in this life, something that's motivating you from a human perspective. Okay, next up we're going to pull from the Fear Nothing Oracle deck. What messages do we have for Aquarius? Thank you. We have, it is often easy to make a ripple. It's like the butterfly effect. Dip your toe in the pond and the ripple is far-reaching. Just live your own little life, but energetically and spiritually and just in unseen ways, it's going to be affecting the ocean that you exist within, that you can't necessarily perceive, but it's affecting. The effects are far-reaching. Next, we're going to pull from the Halloween Oracle. We have Werewolf, exploring wildness. That's that passion. That's that Ace of Wands that you're grasping for, or reaching within to find, or reaching above to find. Let that be a hint as to where to find your passion, something about wildness, some unbridled passion, something within you that when I say, be wild, whatever it is that sparks within you, that has some relevance for what that Ace of Wands is for you. Last but not least, we will pull from the Making Magic deck. We have the power symbol. Cleanse, purify, and protect the physical body. So as you're going through all of this upheaval and change, make sure that you're taking good care of your physical vessel. We can get so out of the in-the-body experience and in these high-minded and spiritual thoughts that, don't forget to eat, don't forget to drink water, don't forget that you are living a human existence and that your body deserves your respect. It is the vessel in which you're traveling during this human existence. So be kind to it and it will repay you many times over. Okay guys, this has been your reading. I hope that helped. If it did resonate, please give it a like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much for all your support, and I will see you guys next time for Halloween reading. Bye!